Hi there guys, welcome back. It has been an absolute age since I provided some Mythic Battles Pantheon content, but recently I've been playing the game a lot more. We've got Ragnarok coming in the early part of next year, and I've played a tournament in the last week or so, which has really whet my appetite for the game again. Now I have two loves. I have the game and I have the lore. I'm a huge fan of Greek mythology and that kind of thing, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do an individual video for every single unit in the game. Now this one will be very long. We'll get through it today, and the future ones will probably be 1 or 2 minute videos, and possibly even shorts uploaded to YouTube and Facebook. But I'll just give an overview of individual units. So we'll talk about the lore and history, and we'll talk about how good they are in the game. So today we're starting with Echo. Echo, she was a nymph, or a type of nymph called an Oread. Now nymphs, they weren't gods, but they weren't humans either. They were somewhere in between. They weren't immortal, but they were certainly long-lived. Now, the Oreads, they were nymphs that lived in the hills and mountains. Nymphs in general, they were kind of a personification of nature. And the Oreads were to do with hills and mountains. Now, the other nymphs that lived in the hills and mountains caught the eye of Zeus. And Zeus, being a naughty boy that we know he is, he liked to go and visit them on a regular basis, which obviously was a problem for his wife, Hera. So one day when he was visiting, Hera came down to find out what was going on, trying to catch her husband in the act. And the first person she met was Echo. Now Echo had a pretty problematic disposition in that she was an over-talker. She was a gossip. She engaged in rumour and idle chit-chat and all those kind of stuff. And she blabbed her mouth to anyone that came near her. Now, there was one thing else that she was very good at. She was very, very loyal, and she kept Zeus's secret. Not for her, but for all of her nymph friends and that kind of thing. So she never told Hera what was going on. But obviously what she did do was she went on, prattling on about anything else under the sun and trying to get Hera off the trail. Hera took her word for it and went back to Mount Olympus. But when she got there, she found out from one of her confidants that Zeus was indeed there and that Echo had lied to her. So she went back and said, "Okay, Echo, so if you like to chit-chat, you like to talk so much, I've got a curse for you. I am going to curse you to only be able to repeat the words that are said to you." Hence the name Echo. So imagine being such a huge talkative person, and then all you could do was just recite the last few words that were said to you right back at the person who said them. Now, in other stories, Echo went on. She fell in love with another Greek hero. Well, he wasn't really a hero. He was Narcissus. And Narcissus is where we get the word narcissist. She fell in love with him, and he rejected her. And she just walked the earth sad as anything, till eventually Aphrodite took pity on her. So Aphrodite liked her because she used to sing songs about love and that kind of thing. Aphrodite took pity on her. She released her from her physical body, but she couldn't break the curse. So the body was gone, but obviously we still have Echoes. So that was who she was. There was only those two stories about her. Well, they were kind of the same story. But yeah, no other information about Echo at all, really. Depending on where you get your Greek mythology from, you know, I think the most accessible place to get it from is actually Stephen Fry. If you listen to any of his audio books, so Mythos or Heroes or Troy, they're well worth listening to get a good ground knowledge of almost every unit in the game. Very interesting. But that's who she was in the history. Let's take a look at who she is in the game. So we can see from her stats, she doesn't have any attack, either at range or in her or in her space. She has a defense of 7, which, you know, is pretty good. It's not too bad. Movement of 2 before she takes any wounds, which is very good. And she has 5 health, which, you know, isn't great. But the most important thing about Echo, really, before we get onto her special abilities, is the fact that she only costs 1 recruitment point. And she comes with an Art of War card. So for anyone, if you've got 1 recruitment point left, I knew someone that was playing last week, and when they had a recruitment point left, they were just taking an Art of War card for it. I would always consider just searching through all of the heroes that are available, finding the cheapest ones. Never ever just let a recruitment point go just to get an Art of War card. So there you go. So although she's only got 5 wounds, when she dies, she's got 4 activation cards as well. So that's another 2 Art of War cards in itself anyway. But if you can keep her alive, she's got 2 good abilities. Now, the first one is Howling. And so basically what that is you pay an Art of War card and you make a 4 dice area attack. And that is -2 defense. So if you've got some powerful units in there and you want to slowly chip away at them, that is a good option, especially if that area is packed. You know, if you've got 3 units in there, for the cost of 1 Art of War card to make separate 4 dice attacks on them at -2 defense, that is a good, you know, that is a good ability to take hold of. But where she really comes into her own is distraction. And so when Echo is recruited, take 3 distraction tokens. Choose an enemy unit in Echo's surroundings, and that unit receives a distraction token. Now, if your opponent wants to activate that unit, they have to spend an extra Art of War card. And that, you know, this game is all about the Art of War cards and kind of keeping those activations going and that kind of thing. That is quite a big problem if you've got a few of these tokens on a few of your different units. She gets 3 in total. Once they're gone, they're gone. She doesn't get to reuse them once you've broken them. And the only way you can break them anyway is to kill Echo. So that is a very strong ability. So obviously with just 5 wounds, you're going to want to protect Echo with, you know, anything with guard and that kind of thing. But for 1 recruitment point, that is very, very good. 1 recruitment point, just to give you the Art of War, is good in itself. But yeah, certainly that is a very, very good ability. Now, I've actually played against Echo 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And yeah, she's very, very good at stopping you in your tracks. So I played, at the weekend, I played against her twice, and I was playing as Apollo. And in the first match, she completely locked Apollo down, along with Achilles, you know, stopped him in his tracks as well. So yeah, very, very good. I lost the game as a result of that, really. I couldn't activate because I didn't have enough Art of War cards in my deck, sorry, in my hand to be able to get on with it. So it really locked up my gameplay quite a bit. So yeah, very, very good indeed, especially for that cost of 1 recruitment point. But that's it. I will be doing a few more of these in the next week or so. If there's any that you want me to get a move on with and upload videos for sooner rather than later, do let me know and I'll prioritise them. Let me know in the comments. I'll be doing another Mythic Battles Pantheon tournament in February. So if you live near to or in Essex in the UK, maybe drop me an email and I'll give you all the details. And yeah, if you want to play, we'll be there. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Much appreciated. If you want to see more of this stuff, don't forget to subscribe, because I've got lots and lots more Mythic Battles Pantheon content coming out very soon in the run-up to Ragnarok. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.